Welcome back to Hot Topics, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. This one broke not too long ago, but we were waiting for more information so we could bring you something substantial now. I can tell you straight off the bat before we go anywhere that this case has now been taken up by the FBI. Right? There was some kind of a discrepancy going on before where it was considered an international incident because it happened in Mexico and the U.S. authorities weren't going to get involved. But after the parents of Shanquella Robinson contacted the FBI, they have decided to crack this case wide open. I can tell you so far from the video clips that I've seen, the friend who is seen in the video beating Shanquella is probably going to end up going to prison in the long run. What I would actually like to see is everybody that was involved, as in standing by watching her get beat down, be convicted, tried, convicted, and put in prison. They were all complicit in her murder, and it's obvious it was caught on tape. Now, before we go any further, just remember, we kind of witnessed the same thing happen recently to a more famous person, of course, and we're talking about Takeoff of the Migos. Takeoff was shot in a well-lit room surrounded by a lot of people that had cameras on their phones, and the cameras were recording, and we are able to see all that was happening there. Yet, to this day, no one has been arrested and charged for his murder. Now, with that said, let's get into the story of Shanquella Robinson, a 25-year-old entrepreneur who went on a vacation with her friends, or who she thought was her friends, and she ended up not making it back home. Shanquella Robinson, 25, allegedly beaten before her death while on vacation with friends in Mexico. It has now been confirmed that given the time of the recording that showed the beating, within 15 minutes of that beating, she was dead. Obviously, the beating had everything to do with it. Okay. This happened while in Mexico on vacation with your friends, or who you thought were your friends. Of course, everybody now who's covering the story is saying, hey man, that's why it's important to watch who's in your circle and watch the people who you keep close to you, because they are the ones that can hurt you. Man, listen, if you weren't raised being told this, then you were not raised properly. We've all been told this ever since we were small. Keep your circle small. But what happens when you keep your circle small and still get hurt by the people in your circle? I'll go one step further. I'll say this. It's important. It's okay to be alone. You don't even have to have one friend. It's cool to have associates, but it's also cool to go home, lock yourself away, and be by yourself. Get in the bathtub with a glass of wine and a good book, or watch your TV from the bathtub, or take a nice vacation by yourself, or take yourself out to the movies and out to dinner by yourself. Treat yourself. Love yourself. You don't need friends around. Anyhow, family and friends of the Charlotte woman are demanding answers over what exactly happened to her, because there are multiple stories coming out. She had a bunch of friends around her, and according to her mom, all the friends gave different accounts of what happened to her daughter, yet they were all there when it happened. Shanquella Robinson, 25 years old, Charlotte, North Carolina woman. She was allegedly beaten before her death while on vacation in Mexico with her friends. Now, according to WGHP, Robinson was brutally beaten in a Mexican villa before she passed away. Her friends had first claimed that she died of alcohol poisoning. That was the first explanation they gave. Oh, she was drinking too much. She couldn't control her liquor. She ended up dying from alcohol poisoning which was later determined by Mexican authorities to actually be the cause of her death. So the Mexican authorities, they just rushed right through it. I mean, you're from the US, you're not a Mexican, they don't even care anyways, worse, you're black. And you're there on vacation. Okay, you came here, you drank too much, you didn't control yourself, and you passed away. Next, moving right along. Her mama wasn't buying it. Her family was not buying it. This is before anybody saw the video of what happened in that hotel room. Her death certificate, however, suggests a different story. Her death certificate notes that Robinson actually died due to a severe spinal cord injury, a broken neck, and a cracked spinal cord. If you saw the video, her getting beat, you can very well see why and how her neck could have been broken and her spinal cord could have been cracked. Because when her friend, seen in the video, was swinging her around by her head, throwing her from one side of the room to the next, and beating on top of her, while her other friends were in the background saying, "Fight back, at least fight back, do something," while they were videoing. Nobody stopped to help her. Nobody stopped to take the other person off of her. Nobody intervened. They were actually heard in the background giggling and laughing and encouraging the other one to beat her ass. Her death certificate suggests a different story from what all the friends are saying. Right now, all the friends are scrambling. Right now, all the friends have deleted all their social media accounts. They've taken down their Instagram, their Twitters, their TikToks, they've deactivated all their accounts. Now, you got to remember, these are young 20 plus year olds. Everybody in that age group is usually active on some platform on social media, whether it's because they're doing business there or whether it's because they're just caught up in the social media hype, as everybody is nowadays, because most of our lives are lived out on social media if you think about it, right? So why would this particular group of 20-something-year-olds come back from that vacation where this tragic event took place? Everybody's story is not matching up. The video was taken by one of them, was leaked to the public. I think that one has a conscience, and that one is trying to show what happened without snitching, if you want to call it that. So they released the video, and now everybody is running scared. Everybody has different stories to tell. Everybody is trying to save themselves from going to jail or going to prison. Okay, her death certificate has said, nope, it was not alcohol poisoning, so you guys definitely made up some shit. She actually died from a broken neck and a cracked spinal cord. Now, the way how that friend was like swinging her around all over the room, you know, people started saying, nah, that's probably a man, especially after a picture came out showing the person's name is actually Dejanay Jackson. So a picture came out showing Dejanay Jackson. We're going to get into who Dejanay Jackson is in a minute, and is she really a man or a woman, and all that other stuff. Because a picture surfaced, right? And the picture surfaced later on showing two Dejanays. One as a male, one as a female, as she is now. And the transsexual talk started coming about. So people were saying, no wonder she got a broken neck and a cracked spine and you were flinging her all over the room like that. It's because you have a man's strength, because that was a man she was fighting, not really a woman. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's finish this up first. So in a statement to WBTV, this is according to BET.com, in a statement to WBTV and FBI, the FBI said it's aware of the video clip, and they are encouraging anyone with related photos or videos to contact the FBI. That means if anybody else was in that room while she was getting beat down, Maybe it was somebody else that was recording. It wasn't just one cell phone that was recording. Somebody might have caught something from a different angle. Somebody might have caught what led up to that situation, all that stuff. So the FBI is trying to piece this together now. One thing I'm happy about is that the FBI is now involved, because that was the worst case scenario for your child to go away on a vacation with who she calls friends, not make it home. A video surfaces of her getting beat down, and no one says anything other than, oh, we didn't know what really happened to her then. Robinson was reportedly part of a group that traveled from Charlotte to Cabo on October 28th. They rented out a villa as part of the birthday festivities for one of their friends. The villa was a seafront villa. Of course, you open a balcony door and it goes right out to the sea. If you see the clips of them fighting, we didn't play the video, but we do have still pics of the video to give you an idea of what was happening. YouTube won't allow us to play that video. It's too violent. Okay, now if you look out, you'll see like the beach right there at their door. So it was a nice villa they got. It was supposed to be I'm saying this to set the mood. It was supposed to be a friendly getaway, have some fun, have a blast, enjoy life in our young 20s type of thing, celebrate life and come on back home to reality. And it turned out to be a murder case. Salamandra Robinson, who is the mother of this young lady, Shanquella Robinson, she told the news station that she last spoke to her daughter moments after she had settled in when she got to Cabo. She called mommy, or mommy called her, hey, call me when you get there. She calls her, they're talking while she was having a meal. She said she was eating a salad and having some tacos or something like that. Whatever the meal was, right? She was eating a salad and having some tacos, something like that. Anyways, while they agreed to speak to each other the next day, all right, baby, go have some fun. Have a good night. Be safe out there, and I'll talk to you in the morning, okay? Right. The only phone call that Salamandra, which is the mother, received was from one of her friends, her daughter's friends, telling her that Shanquella was sick and that they were waiting for a doctor to arrive. Now, there's a friend, a male friend, who said he's known her, Shanquella, for 9 years. And he has shown proof that he did not come there with the original party on their day of arrival. He actually showed up a day after, right? And he said when he got there, he kept asking for her, like, where's Shanquella at? And they're like, oh, she in the room. She had too much to drink. She not feeling too good. She laying down and whatever. And he said, okay, he thought that was weird, but whatever, right? He really thought that's what it was until he actually went into where she was at, because he felt like, yo, why is she not coming out? This is weird. I'm going to go in there and see her. And when he went in there, he said he saw her unresponsive, and that was hard for him to deal with. Now, all the beating and stuff had already happened before he got there. His account, and he has proof that he didn't come there with them. She was dead like as soon as she got there, like within a couple of hours of being there. Okay. Now, while they agreed to speak the next day, the mom, she received that phone call from a friend telling her that her daughter was sick and that they were waiting for a doctor to arrive. They said that she wasn't feeling well, according to the mom. She had alcohol poisoning, Salamandra told the news station. They couldn't get a pulse on her. Could not get a pulse. What had happened was they had actually beaten her to death, and they were trying to figure out how to cover it up. Each one of the people that were there with her was telling different stories, is what her mom said. Later, Salamandra received a call that her daughter died from food poisoning from another one of the friends she was vacationing with. One said it was alcohol poisoning. Another one said now she's dead from food poisoning. First, she wasn't feeling good, and it was from alcohol poisoning. Then she got another call from another one of the group friends saying she's dead from food poisoning. No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyways, the mom said. Now, since the 25-year-old's death, the video has surfaced of someone in the traveling party attacking her in a bedroom while she was naked. She actually had a towel around her at first, but she beat her so bad, she beat the towel off of her, all that other stuff. A man who appeared to be filming the shocking assault is heard questioning Shanquella while Shanquella is getting beating in the video and not fighting back, saying, Quella, can you at least fight back? Shanquella did not want to fight back. The time and the date of the filming was not verified back then, but it has been verified since. And time of death matching time of filming shows that she was dead within 5 hours or so of that beating. Or no, within not 5 hours, I said within 15 minutes of that beating. All I've been doing is just crying. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Bernard Robinson said of his late daughter. I can't even be a grandfather. I can't even walk her down the aisle. She's gone. A representative for Villa Linda 32, the property where the group was staying, told WJZY that the concierge contacted a doctor who attempted to revive Shanquella, but the doctor, couldn't bring her back. She was declared dead at 3 p.m. local time, around 15 minutes after she had been beaten. A funeral service was reportedly held for Shanquella Robinson over the weekend, and her body was flown back to Charlotte last Thursday. Now, the other part now is about this person, Desjanae Jackson, who has now been identified as the person that was seen in the video fighting with Shanquella. We don't know what caused it. All 6 friends have deleted all their Instagram accounts. So the picture that came out of this person has everybody saying, yo, she was fighting a man, or that was a man that was beating her. That's a transsexual. Well, here goes information about that picture, right? According to newsrelationship.com, some also claim that Desjanae Jackson is a man. There's rumors floating around that Desjanae Jackson is actually a man. I looked at the picture myself and I thought, damn, that is a dude. That is definitely a man. This is a transsexual. But maybe Shanquella knew that already. And that's why she didn't want to fight back. I started forming stuff in my mind, making up my own story. Well, what's been proven now is that the rumor started when one Twitter user shared a picture of Desjanae male version photo that was generated through a app. So you got apps nowadays. We not living back in the day. You have apps nowadays that can make you look very older. You can look like you're in your 80s and 90s. And then you have apps that can make you look female instead of male. So you'll create a male version of yourself if you're a female, or a female version of yourself if you're a male. Apparently they use one of those apps. Somebody used one of those apps and created a male version of her. I don't know if she did it and posted it to her Instagram or to one of her social media accounts, and somebody snatched it before she closed those accounts down. We don't know who generated it. All we know is that this picture was going around, so it had a lot of people confused and a lot of people saying that was a dude. Hence the reason he beat her so hard, broke her neck, cracked her spinal cord. The user wrote, that was a dude Shanquella Robinson was fighting, not a woman, and shared the picture of Desjanae Jackson, and it turns out to be a fake picture showing her as a male. So the people who are seeing this picture and are passing that information along saying it was a dude, it's a transsexual, it was actually a female. As for the alleged aggressor, she completed, so people went and did their research on her. She's always been a female. She's a female, okay? She completed her education at Winston-Salem State University. Desjanae's goal, which she had posted on LinkedIn, her goal was to obtain a full-time position in the healthcare management field, focusing on leadership that requires skills and consistency in work. But if this is true, that people are saying about her, I would say that, she won't be doing that anytime soon. She's definitely going to be charged, right? We saw the video. Can't claim self-defense. The person you were beating wasn't fighting back at all. So what motivated this? How did it get to this? This was supposed to be her bestie. This was supposed to be her best friend. Could be over boy or a guy. Could be jealousy. Could be, I don't know. Somebody found out that somebody else slept with somebody else's man. We speculating at this point. We are speculating. We really don't know. But at this point, the FBI is involved, and we're going to have to wait to see what comes out of this. Like I said in the beginning of this video, though, I really feel that all the friends that were there need to be a part of the arrest, a part of being tried, a part of being convicted, and a part of serving time. This is not even accessory after the fact, right? This ain't like they found out that the fight happened and she died and they panicked and tried to cover it up. They are there on video, watching her get beaten, talking to her while she is being beaten, encouraging her to at least fight back, calling her by her name, telling her to fight back, encouraging the other person to beat her more while videoing it. I would very much say they are complicit. I would very much say they were a part of the process. Let's hope this family gets some justice. It's a sad story, right? It's a sad story, but it is what it is. I'm going to leave this one right here for right now. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, but click the bell next to the subscribe button. Hover over that bell and hit send me all notifications. That way, when we update you with information on this case, as more information comes out and all our other videos, you're notified. I'll catch you on the next video. You already know it's Hot Topics TV. And if the topic is hot, we are on it. I'm out. Peace.